Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Three Kingdoms Total War. Uh, we're, this game's been going on for a long time. We're here on turn 177. We're finally making something of ourselves, in a way. But basically, we just need to continue onward here. After we take this away from Wu, we're not giving away any more of the land back to Wei in the Merc contract. We gotta get on. Hey Froggy, good morning. And this will be more farmland. This is gonna give us way more food. You know, maybe we could have kept that city at level 10, but we're about to be taking some more really big cities over in this direction, which we'll either downgrade or keep, as it can be. Man, we really got beat up by that auto-resolve. It's alright. We don't have any enemies around here. So, yeah, the day off today. You just woke up. Well, good morning. Alright, so we can get Strider for the whole retinue. Strider's a Warhammer term. No, it just makes you not have terrain penalties. But that's the name of the mechanic in the other game. But here, we're just going to... like, no, we need to take the big cities, because if they come in here, that'll be, like, annoying, right? But, alright, so... normally, you would do the bandit version, because this is a level 5 one, though, so this is actually going to give us way cheaper recruitment and better there. So this will cost us a little bit more money, though. 20% cheaper cavalry recruiting, though. Pretty good. This will get us another building. If we do this, it'll make it less good for someone else to take back from us. Nah, we'll keep the fancy version, I think. It seemed... yeah, I mean... yeah, we'll keep the fancy version. There's going to be a rebellion there in 2 turns. That doesn't matter. They'll be able to sort it out. So I think what we want to do here is go into the interior here, because there are 3 level 10 cities all in this block, and I would like to take them. Now, we do run the risk of doing too well against Wu here and making Wei, like, absorb them. If they do, I do not know how this is going to go. You know, we're just gonna see. We're just gonna... that's something that could happen. But, you know, we also could, you know, succumb to winter, to the ravages of old age. That is a thing that happens in this game, and many famous and noted warriors have already succumbed to this. Alright, so... what do we want now? Melee damage for melee infantry. Yes, please. Opinions on chocolate milk. I like it. I don't drink it very often. I think it's excellent. You know, it's a nice idea. I'm glad they found those chocolate cows. I like both the real variety and the variety where you put the chocolate syrup into a cup of milk and furiously stir it so that it sort of goes into the solution. Ah, Thomas, good morning. Good morning. Your exam is today, or was today for you, but I would call it yesterday due to, like, my vanity of perspective. Because what we do know about the world of China right now, right? So there's only like 4 factions. Wei, who has ever been my mercenary benefactor after the start where they beat me up and took all my land. I didn't have very much. But, you know, the game's got to spend a lot of time thinking on these interns. It's doing its best. And this is my computer being strong. Like, it could take even longer, which is an agonizing thought. But they've got to each have just dozens of armies, probably 2 dozens armies. But, so... yeah, so Wu has all of this that's in red. That's all them at this point. There's no other red factions there. And probably all of this in the north. Wei, our benefactor, here in blue. And then we've got Shuhan here, and then the Nanman tribes here, represented by orange. And these are the only things. Game CPU dependent. Oh yes, very much so. And 178 turns is a very long time to go, and also it's like, you know, I'm not a computer guy, not really, but like I think it has to do all of the thinking before it starts doing any of the moving. So when you give it a whole ton of armies, it's got to do a lot more, you know, a lot more of those cycles of planning than it normally would. Despite our superior forces, it predicts a crushing defeat. Well, I guess we'll have to do it ourselves. Alright, so she's very beat up. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll just run onto the walls and then hit them with axes. What's the worst that could happen?
尽力一战，赢得功名万千。
I have a CPU. Ah, yes. I remember those days. Been in that boat a couple of times. Alright, so what we want here is to identify the proper angle of attack. We're going to determine this by the place with the least trebuchets. Well, no, if we just move on the wall, we just care about internal tower trouble, right? So we don't want to approach that way. We come in like this way. Pop on this wall, come into that direction. Treb there, all the way over there. Yeah, seems good. And the tower will be all the way over there. Won't be able to do it. I'm like, how far is the range on this tower? Alright, we'll be fine. For that... and we can just keep our guys in the back here, because we're going to be able to take the whole wall with our infantry. And then... and then just sort of casually take over from there. She's gonna climb the wall and smack people in the face too. Obviously, we're gonna get them on the gatehouse so that when the opportune moment arrives, we will rush in with the cavalry. You know, typical stuff. We're gonna get off of our horse here. Now, normally climbing a tower is like, you might not want to do it. And the reason for that is that you lose a lot of, fatigue, basically. You know, you become tired when doing it. However, her axes give her fatigue immunity, so we're just going to climb up on the wall and start hitting people. These guys just don't have fatigue immunity, but they are hidden, so they don't get shot up too badly on the approach. And once they get on the wall, they're just going to win these fights handily. Look, which city is this? Oh, I don't remember. It's one of the rank 10 ones there in the north. I don't remember. There's like 3 level 10 ones all in a circle there. We probably could have been more careful about taking the towers. It's fine. I take that back. We couldn't have been more careful about it. This is the only way. Switch Chinese voices? Yeah, I switched the other day. So this would be like probably the second video with them on. I like the difference. I'm like, if I'm basically just gonna ignore what the advisor says, why not have the best voice acting for it, right? Oh, right, the axe band's on skirmish mode and I'm an idiot. Wow. Hard knock life. Well, we took the towers. Good job. And she just straight does a beautiful Kamehameha right there. Getting it done. And now we'll have our troops, our cavalry fighting on top of caltrops because I'm an idiot. Please stop. Just please stop, self. Oh no, they're gonna charge through the caltrops anyway. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get these people on horses into the city without them running over the caltrops on purpose, so we're just gonna eat the damage, I guess. She's just like straight losing this fight up here. I guess she's unsupported on this side. So she's getting hit like 8 times. I don't know what to do about it. Run away? Man, am I ever bad at taking a wall. You know, I normally don't do this. And man, am I ever bad at it. This is what you get for using different tactics, right? You should only do what you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all these guys on the wall are doing literally nothing. And we'll just casually burn the city down on the way in, because that's what's hot on the streets. And I think to get to them, we'll literally run around the whole thing. You know, that's how good barricades are. These dudes on the wall are just fighting like for 10 years. Good for them, you know, good for them. Fortunately, they don't do very good damage. Unfortunately for us, you know, apparently neither do we. And we'll hit the Bastion artillery on the way in, reasoning that they probably count for balance of power. Alright, we can't go that way because of the barricades, and that way he's got towers. We'll just wait. Alright, sometimes you can walk over barricades, and sometimes your men act like they literally could never walk over a barricade. Oh, I guess it's damaged. It's just physically on the map still. Oh, and now she is following someone. Oh, I told him to do that, didn't I? Well, let's just walk in front of the towers and then walk in front of him again. That'll be good. And on our route to burning down the city, we'll just, you know, keep on doing it. So you want a duel? I bet I could beat him. She has only got 4,000 HP though. Whatever. If he knocks her down, she'll just get wounded, right? And then she'll come back with full HP. After all, she could win. I mean, she won't. She could. I mean, what if she does, right? Looks like he's got her. Ah, well. And she went berserk, which means she's going to ride her horse in front of the city walls, issuing angry challenges to the walls. Something like that. Yan Bao? That's pretty close to a guy I know. But that's not the guy I know at all. No, it's not. Well, good for him. He beat a 63-year-old woman in a fight. She was already almost dead. I mean, it's a bit unfair to him. The 63-year-old woman we're talking about is Jiang.
我军智略胜敌军一筹。
Zhongshan. That's where we're at. We're gonna loot and occupy because we need to reduce the population anyway, right? We need to reduce the level of the city and whatever. Right? I guess we could just occupy and sell the stuff down. Would that make less money, though? Yeah.
必须充实府库。
Yeah, because it doesn't cost very much to repair your things. Man, that's a lot of negative public order. Oh, this one gives you the positive public order. And no dudes. But we need to repair them so that we can swap them over to other buildings later. It gives infamy. Ah, nice. Hey, we finally get it. We finally get Poison Blade. We made it. Woo! And as long as nobody from Wu shows up, like, today, we'll be fine. I don't even think they have any armies up here. I honestly don't think they have anything up here. But you know what's bad is Wei has 800 grand. I wonder if Huang Zhong will live longer than me. I mean, in this timeline. Not like, I don't think we're going to get to be 88. That would be great. We're just, like, so worried about Old Man Winter. And instead, just live to be an ancient, beautiful old age. Alright, here we... The characters in this give so much loot that even with Share the Spoils on, we don't go negative. That's pretty good. Oh, you said you're gonna be watching while you finish up some writing stuff. Semester's coming to an end. Dump you with the assignments. Ah, well, I'm sure you will be up to the challenge. That always stinks when you feel like, you know the tempo of how things are going, and they're like, and now extra. I just need to make it through 2 more days of work. Anybody can make it through 2 days of work. I sure would like it if Shuhan would declare. But I don't know if they have enough, right? I would love it if they declared and their Imperial City was right here. Because I'm thinking, like, now, like, I'm deeply worried about how well our war against Wu is going. Because it says we're equal in money, which maybe means he's revenue positive now that his corruption's slightly lower. And maybe because he's lost a lot of armies. But the thing about Wei is they're all around, but, I have to remember that I don't need to be attached to any of my land. If we can just get armies that are good enough to win, which when I look at the heroes of Wei, I'm like, oh my god, how do I do that? But I'm like, what if I just wait? A magnificent steed. Because, if you just wait. Yeah, there we go. Yellow-hoofed thunder. That's the good stuff right there. That's even better than the Black Elite. I mean, I guess Dailu's better for that style of horse, but... 'cause this one's got all the mass. We can put her on this, and then... switch sides once we booted Wu out, and then steal the Emperor's State of Wei. I think that would be good. I do. I quite agree. Like, wait, no. This is the new person. This is the up-and-comer Poison Volley person. She will get Yellow-Hoofed Thunder, such as the vote of confidence we shall place in her. She will get this nice Ranger's outfit. Oh yeah, we can see her wonderful haircut. Good stuff. She's the future. Bit of throwing knives. Steal the Emperor's Seat from away, and then Prince of Heaven play like usual. Yeah, that's what I was thinking we could maybe do. Because again, like, due to the human brain that I occasionally am in control of, like, we can do things at a more advantageous tempo than the computer can hope to do, right? It's got all of its many advantages, but I can actually properly think 4 turns ahead. I can also make mistakes 4 turns ahead, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about whenever it works. And, man, I sure wish I had, sure wish I had started building the court earlier, but, you know, it wasn't a priority earlier. So I would really like it if we had, you know, a couple people set up for armies already. Alright, -9. Yes, we just need to downgrade this again. And this, we are moving it to food production, not food selling, the madmen. I'm like, I want them to administer this other place, but I guess you would have to take them out of their previous job, which would upset them. Or you can move them there, and then, yeah, but I don't know. So we have income. Wow, we have a lot of income from this, but do we keep this negative public order building? Well, if we have a thing here to pop rebellions constantly, which we might need, then that would be fine to keep. It's worth like 400 or 500 a turn. You can promote her up and then she won't get as mad. Okay. Because she's like the administrator of Wu Wei, which, you know, doesn't need one nearly as much as this does. Shihai, laborer. Well, you look like a spy. That's alright. You know what all spies need is a loving marriage arranged by me, resulting in... Hey, well, you know, like I'll say every time, at least, it's not another strategist. Goodbye, spy. Thank you for giving us a wife. And we'll have her just, like, hang out here, because she'll need to quash rebellions as we leave. Like, why did we get her out? Oh, because she's so far away from being a person with poison volley. That's right. That's why she got bumped. Well, is it time for another army? I mean, yeah. Yeah, we've got so much money.
至柔如水，以应万变。
But I'm like, where do we get it? Maybe we recruit it here, because I mean, how long's this turn to Wu gonna take? No, it's gonna take several turns. Maybe we'll just wait like a few more turns before getting the armies, and we'll just
以柔克刚。
Oh, they're on assignment. Right, they're on assignment. How long until they come back? I guess we'll figure it out. Put your hidden ruins farther away than try to not hit units like outside. Because they won't deploy over there and then we can run on in. Right. And, you know, where's the... Like, where's the setting that's making them go to skirmish mode every time that I load into a battle? Why is it here? I don't see how to turn it off. It makes me very angry. My hybrid unit shouldn't start in skirmish mode. Well, I don't know where it is. Maybe it forces it on me.
大人，听您吩咐。
大人，有何吩咐？
You know, the price of cavalry is very lovely, though. We can get virtuous noblemen, which are okay. They're armored. You know, that's good. We're just gonna take some unvirtuous peasant raiders. Love to see the map progression after this campaign is over. Yes, yes, indeed. Right, so here we're going to... Like, we might as well just get an army that doesn't have a strategist and work on the implications of that later, right? Because we got hidden axes there, so that's fine. We don't have any fire arrows possible. We could just fill up with cav, even though that's not very good against Wu. We also could just fill up with you know, garbage G spear units. I mean, Bandit Gang at least has shields, which are useless. I'm like, they can't get crossbows because he's not a strategist. You know, we'll probably just replace this guy with a strategist. We'll just not change his retinue up then. And probably making those reclaimers in his setup is bad. We'll work on that later if we think about it. Images of bed. Yeah, and I mean, and they do have 54 morale due to faction effects. Hey, we're almost at dreaded. Wow, which gives us unbreakable faction wide, which would make all of these infantry pretty good. Alright, so from here, we will just go like so. And then next turn, we will move in on Shindu. Which is going to be great, you know, because there's all these very rich cities up here, and we're just far enough ahead of our erstwhile allies in Wu, our contractors in Wei rather. Our allies in Wu, that's in the future. I'm like, we don't need to let them know the plan. I'm like, man, somebody really busted you guys up. Man, that's rough. So dudes with the blue flag, right? Not me. I wouldn't have had anything to do with it. I'm so glad this campaign... So glad this campaign went so well. My girl, my beautiful girl, my beloved, my heart, Jiang, has fallen to winter. Rest in peace, girl. She started from the very bottom of society and rose to a position of military power and primacy that no bandit could even dream of. She outlived so many of her foes. She saw them broken before her on the battlefield. And maybe it was that duel with that sentinel that laid her low, and maybe it was something else. But she went out exactly how she would have wanted to, with a couple of axes in a couple of her hands, ready to roll. Is this guy a spy? Would they give you a spy for the replacement? It's frozen. Oh, I gotta... This checkbox in the backs has primacy over this. That's hilarious. So this guy is a spy. Because we would have hired him and then gotten rid of him. Well, I guess we lose our retinue of level 10 hidden axes. Because we can't give him to a spy.
而不摧。
Well, old Sentinel, it's time for you to get moved on up. And of course, the axes of state now go into the capable hands of our longtime companion, Jiang, the Red Sisters. Dilute brides. It's a hard knock life. It's a sad, sad time. The strategist will have the horse. Shifu will wear his happy brown horse, brown and green, you know. That'll be good. Probably be better to drop one Jiang hunter to put into the other army. But I don't think we even have the poison arrows or whatever. If only she had kids. Yeah, you know, I really botched it by forgetting to find her a husband early on. But things were so, like, you know, I honestly didn't think the campaign was gonna last to the winter of 235, right? So I just wasn't ready. I was not prepared.
怒吼吧！下之于地，上参于天。我等取自于此，乃是为天下苍生。回家的感觉真不错。此地人口众多，熙熙攘攘。
Alright, I'm like, this army won't even have a siege attacker, but we just gotta wait for these guys to finish stimulating the markets, you know, and of course they're gonna all finish at the same time, because I definitely sent them all on an assignment on the same time. No. 6. Oh, you can recall them. Oh. Well. That's good. Good to know. Man, how is Sun C gonna live longer than me? That's so galling. He's sieging right there.
正在行进，怒吼吧！
He is younger. Yeah, yeah. He always seems to not make it in the games that I've played so far, right? So I guess I'm just used to him just, like, kicking the bucket by the year
不能如
210.
此相持下去了。
What a funny little treaty you want. You want me to pay you a shockingly small amount of money, which actually, like, see, at this point in the game, that is sort of like, you know, he's just trying to save face here. He's like, look, you declared war on me again. You took a contract against me again, and you beat me again. Can you just give me like $2,000 and I'll act like we came to a deal?
发动农民，为天下黎民，万民之声不可小觑。 抢他们个片瓦不留！我已归来，百姓是否安好？
迅速出击！缜密谋划，方可取胜。
Yeah, I thought there was one of them that made other factions mad at you because they're rebels. Because I noticed like war crimes something something kind to our enemies, and I was just like, I don't even remember doing that, but. Do we have gorilla? Yeah. In that case, the harshest option is recruit. I see. I see. That'll be worth a couple thousand.
志行天下。
Shifu isn't married yet. Outrageous! Shifu, you old bachelor, you! And we get, you know, at least it's not a strategist. Marvelous! Good. maximum number of resources. Fair enough. Aha! Finally something for the town drunk to do up here.
全力奋战，战无不胜。讨平乱贼，澄清四海，像是再一次感受到了家的温暖。
How far am I from ranking up? Not very, yeah. Soon we'll be a raider.
团结一心。
Yeah, because you have these buildings, the food tents give you prestige more than the other ones do. Just a little bit, but really I had them for public order stabilization. Which is bad because if we have an army to pop them, then, you know, we didn't need it, but I don't know. I think I had it for population growth too, and then I didn't swap it. Because here it's all black market all the time, right? Like, I guess we could level this up. Given that the food can support it. At least for the now. I think we demolish that and we downgrade here and then... Because even if we put something here to deal with rebellions, I don't think we want a city this far forward to have all that population in it, right? And we're going to be taking a level 10 city really soon again anyway, so I think taking the stuff out of this one's good. And then if we lose it later in a crackback from Wei, major cities don't give prestige at all. I think the gold buildings can, right? Yeah. Yeah, not a lot. You know, as less than you can get from a minor settlement. It takes you up to level 3 to get one building to give you the prestige that you could get from a minor settlement. So, very limited. Like, do I just try to take Puyong here? On the reasoning that that'll be a really good foothold on this side of the river? And hopefully we can get to it before Huangzong does, because, like, Man is Wei ever doing very well right now. So, yeah, we're, I guess from, like, once we let these cities get taken, we can immediately go to Wu and be like, you pay us to swap sides or whatever. But then we're going to lose the north, like, immediately, right? Unless... No, I think we just lose it. But that's fine. Look, him taking this very inconvenient land and me taking all of this very convenient land is bad for him, not me. Hey, pretty guys. I just can't believe she's gone. Sad. I'm like, wait, I messed up again. Well, that's just a wasted season. You know, this is what happens when the faction leader dies, right? Everybody just falls apart. Because while I could you know, move these armies away, then, like, we just immediately fall to rebellions because there's no way to stabilize public order without breaking the cities down. It's a dilemma. You know, if this happened in turn, like, 50 or 60, it would be a lot easier to think my way through. And this guy wants to fight me? Very well, I accept. Alright, so he's got Imperial Gate Guards. Do you see what I see? Do you see cavalry with normal amounts? Did Sun Sea perish in the night? Well, their army drastically outclasses ours, but that doesn't mean they'll win. I think he might be dead, yeah, because those cavalry charge numbers look normal, right? Like, I'm hitting all of the buttons to see which ones will let me not have it happen to me again. That none of them exist. That's what I was thinking too, because Wu, without that big auto-resolve boost and the big in-battle boost of, because if they have equal cavalry to ours, then we can just cackle, right? Oh, well, they got caught out badly. I forgot not all of my guys have Strider, and I think those don't. Well, it's still probably going to be fine. Why don't we just directly charge into the foe and see if anything bad happens to me afterward? That seems smart. I mean, after all, he's still got a horse. We'll just get right here, Fragment Resolve. Like, I feel okay about my infantry quality. Oh, we have faction-wide Unbreakable right now. So basically, all we gotta do is brawl, and hopefully we'll be able to win, right? Now, no matter how dumb something is, we'll never run away. I think we lost that whole cav block, though. But I think our infantry is just so much better than theirs that it won't matter, right? Oh, no, no, he did a roar on me. Oh, no, is my morale gonna go down? Oh, no. Get wrecked. I am unbreakable. Yeah, so with unbreakable infantry, now we can be as careless as we want. No, and actually now these G infantry become very good indeed, because those are solid combat stats on a guy who ain't gonna run. Yes, so right at the same time that our faction finally kicks on, our foes that are the most dangerous perish to old age's ravages. I mean, just like Jiang did, but, you know, in a different way. You know, it happened at a perfect time, too. Like, now, the enemy fears her spirit, and, you know, she invigorates the troops from beyond the grave, you know. They know that the bandit queen was ever a queen in their hearts, and that, you know, I'm like, I need to see this guy. He doesn't have a good weapon. We'll duel him. Or not. I'm like, before I duel, I want to know if he can beat me. We're inspired by the bandit queen, but we're not fools. The Imperial Gate Guards, of course, you know, they fight to the bitter end as well. But not as bitter as our guys will fight. They will run, to their shame. They roar at the same time that our melee evasion goes up. Do they think we are afraid of them? We will not dishonor the queen. Not while our infamy is high enough anyway. She's never sat on the throne. She never needed to be a queen of hearts. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look how vigorously we fight. Look how proud she'd be of the green infantry that actually got kills. Of the poorly micromanaged cavalry. Oh, that would warm her heart the most. There's nothing that our queen loves more than cavalry being used badly on the battlefield. For us or by us. It's what she wants. And they took this fight on purpose. Yeah, you better run. Yeah, you better run. Fa Jing, why are you hitting dudes? He says, a joy to see you. It didn't sound like a joy. No, he's still there. Huh. Those cavalry charge bonuses look too low. Huh. Strange. Oh wow, 71 infamy. Oh, okay, you get massive infamy hits for the bigger the city is. Now I see. Now I see. Maybe he'll be gone next turn, takes a turn to go through on the campaign map. Mayhap. We'll check it out. So I think what we need to do here is just because we
此胜。
no longer need these multiple general stacks. Like one general with the retinue of cavalry, totally enough to deal with it, right? Very clearly is.
谨遵命令。出发，汇报一下，我不在的时候都发生了些什么。
And since a green general means more to me than a yellow one, given that they could all get the cav, and you know I like them more for their cool abilities, we will. And this guy has the cav. We will leave him here.
主公尽管吩咐。
Stack of 4 cav should be able to do it, and you know 400 to put down some regular rebellions. That'll work out here. Oh, that's the guy's wife. I'm like, who are you? Army capped. Oh, because of the, I see. That is a problem, isn't it? Yeah.
奋力一战。
时候未到。
Yeah, the army is very beat up, Alright, so... Because the public order here is just happening from population, so we just downgrade here, and then the population has to go down. Because we already have the public order buildings there, and there's no buildings... There's no buildings left that increase public order. So we downgrade here, lose a ton of money. Yeah, because we don't need the workshops either, because they're just... We can swap them over to public order. I don't think it'll stabilize here though, because this place is so borked. Even if we go up 9, I think it still won't be enough, and we probably want to cancel upgrading the city. Downgrade it. Doesn't lose a building slot. Just throw a ton of money away.
愿闻大人之志，在下定当赴汤蹈火。
主公召我。怒火吧！杀呀！
So of course we are now tantalizingly close to the Kingdom of Wei's Emperor's seat. A fact which I'm sure fills him with no trepidation whatsoever. Zhao Pi is, after all, a plucky underdog. No, I just didn't give him the bonuses, I guess? I don't know. He's still kicking. Oh, he loves me. Oh, he's Wei's vassal now. I remember when that happened. The Yingchuan farmland, I don't know where that is. Oh. I'm like, I don't know where that is. Here. Okay.
我等皆青睐足下。
Well, they don't want to sell it. For perspective, they'd rather give me tribute. Yeah, him and his big old elephant. I mean, look at all of his stuff. At least his armor's bad, right? I mean, it makes his retinue cheaper, but at least his armor's bad. It is bad armor. And if memory serves, it doesn't let you use that bow on top of the elephant, so, you know.
朋友，欢迎。
Man, look at those rebellions popping up. Always fun to see who gets Sunrun's bow, because it's never hurt. Yeah, you know, have we seen her use it one time? No, I think there's that one time, because we took it off of her. Maybe it was Sun Chuan who was using it, though.
一统天下。 万民之声不可小觑。
82 infamy.
所谓难得而易失者，实。
I'm a raider. Alright, so now I get the quest to become the bandit leader. Hooray! Bandit king. I liked it better when it said empress.
发动农民。
大人，听您吩咐。
大人，有何吩咐？ 以和为贵。
Like mounted archers, thanks. These are terrible. Alright, so we don't have any fire archers. We know that. I think we can just go like 2 trebs. Like why not get some heavy crossbows, right? Why not? I don't know. They just have a couple more shots. Alright, and then here we can... Oh, our food is totally upside down. Well, that's probably not helping. It makes me have lower Imperial favor. Oh no. Oh, because we just took this place. I'm like, how is it so low? Because we just took it. And we'll repair the buildings in preparation to probably get rid of a lot of them next turn.
则四海可定。
After this campaign, let's want to get one final go where Zheng loses to see yourself be emperor. Sun Tzu's got a very fun campaign. Yeah, you know, I haven't decided yet, but that does sound interesting. You know, Wu's got a bunch of really cool generals. Sure, they're all vanguards or whatever, but you know. No, not all of them.
当断则断，精力充沛，如获新。
静下心来。
So the thing about this is, like, how much do we want to bust up on Wu before we turn on Wei? Get Juyu and the Zheng brothers to start this. Alright, yeah, nice. It's just like thinking about the family. But I'm like, yeah, because Sun Quan's an administrator or commander, but you know, Sun Ren and Sun Si, both vanguards. And of course, I like Sun Ren. Very popular opinion, you know, so that'd be a cool little thing to do. And I should see who's this. No, oh yeah, that guy. He's a punchy fellow. Chengpu, oh yes. Chengpu, the old graybeard.
稍事休息，怒吼吧，淹没敌军。
Here, we want to fight this battle because we don't want to be too beat up. We might need to fight like right after this on the next
我
turn.
等当如劲竹，不惧风雨，勇往直前。
Shifu says, like the mighty bamboo, we endure and thrive, and I could not agree more.
天下瞩目，正在今日。
And that's me, buddy, just always fighting for China's name. Really, really, really loyal to the name of China up in here. Everybody knows that about us. And of course, my hidden axis cleverly coming in from the other angle, while we cleverly burn down the city and then cleverly charge in into Caltrops, probably. But of course, a bunch of people in a line is an opportunity for one thing and one thing only. For a huge, an elite, a monstrous poison arrow volley. How much do we get with it? Oh, yes, we get everyone. We hit the whole kit and the whole caboodle both. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. That's what it's all about right there. The devastation. Hello, Thomas. If I did get a do-over, do I think I understand the tools available enough that I wouldn't need to migrate next time? Maybe. I'm just so impetuous. I'm like a talking dog in a TV show. I'm like, I should do it. Got poison blade the turn she died? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, finally, we did it! Good job, everyone! And here, the bandit dream finally coming true. As we use all of the tools at our disposal to miscast a little bit there. We didn't want to do that anyway. We wanted to go, like, right here. And now we'll stand right here and hit them and not hit our own troops. Right? Right? Eh? Ah, well, the cooldown just got lost. That's alright. They will break, and we will not break, for we are unbreakable. Look, Thomas, she was old. For the game, not like for the Earth. Wow, getting our cav archers just shot up at close range by their archers because I walked them in. Feels bad. Oh yeah, and the towers. That was probably actually the bulk of what was hurting us. Man, you know, sometimes you think you're doing good, so you look at one part of the battlefield and realize you have let all of your cav archers get shot to death. What a moron.
智取胜于强攻。
我军需要物资，正在行进。将能量召集众人，有要事商议。
Oh yeah, and this is the dude that we beat up the other turn. He's still so far on the back foot. He's absolutely not going to be thinking about coming in here. Yeah, and we took this very rich province and turned it into a province. But hey, it'll be stable in public order. Which I don't want to do here. Like, we gotta have the Black Mountains as a stronghold, right? These Yellow Turban rebellions in very major cities. So we know she's reliable because she married in from nowhere. And she insulted a yellow turban, so you know she's reliable.
至柔如水，以应万变。
Obviously a sentinel would be preferable, but we equally obviously don't have any opportunity to get a sentinel. Everyone's already married, usually to one of the other folks that are around, on account of... Oh, we got more posts active, so... Character salary. Characters do not have desire for higher office. Well, that is good, isn't it? Relentless Enforcer's your favorite? Yeah, I mean, that's, it's pretty dang good, isn't it? It's like, oh, by the way, now we don't have to worry about them getting unhappy for any reason other than, you know, normal unhappiness.
愿闻大人之志，在下定当赴汤蹈火，不辞万难。
Fatigue immune? I do like that. Sure, they're expensive. You know, let's just go with what we know. You know, because they are, after all, unbreakable, so... For javelin throwers and some trebs might not be bad. I guess Bandit Gang, they've got the AP, so that is... Well, peasant bands have even more AP. They don't have the shields and stuff, though.
居安思危，未雨绸缪。
Bandit Gang suffer from morale. Yeah, it couldn't be me. But we get Scare faction-wide, too, which, you know... But we have this whole band of infamy. Which, yeah, you know, the higher it gets, the more it decays. But, oh, you get a huge prestige hit from having the high infamy. Cool. You want me to join your empire? I don't think so, man. You're a good mercenary contractor, you know? Nobody can take that from you. They are no longer emperor. Oh, we get like a very nice warblade. Cool.
则四海可定。
Yeah, so we switch sides now and prepare to lose just all of this. There's not really a point in defending it, is there? Much as it's sad to say. Yeah, we've got money. We'll get more money from taking these big cities, you know.
这就去办。哪部来人？报一下近况。
当断则断。
Like, I don't know that guy's name. I was like, you gotta be careful. Got to be careful. These guys probably are all spies. But that means that we can recruit them and marry them off. We've already had Zhueju, so... Oh, no, not like that. What have I done? Arranged marriage. Hey! Tanyuan, assassin! We finally got another sentinel! Huzzah! Alright, so now we just need to get rid of Maliang Jimo and Ruan Shi. Alright. And is that... No. This has to start with Sea of Steel and have to go over to get Poison Volley, so... Better than the other ones, like the Thieves and stuff that start over here. But still not ideal.
百姓会于此地，但建设不能懈怠。
Do 2 javelins and 2 crossbows? Yeah. And we need to get Poison Volley person into an army right away. She can wait to get the rest of her retinue here, but there's no reason not to be farming these engagements. Javelins are higher AP than crossbows. And they probably fight better once it's all done too. Yui Remnant Warriors. You know, these guys are they exist. I'm trying to see why they cost more than... Oh, they have very high melee attack. No AP, though, to speak of, but... Too bad you get throwers and not spear guards. Well, the thing with spear guards at this point is they're not even that advantageous. Or you mean javelin spear guards? Now I understand. Okay, yes, yes. Like, because spear guards, you know, the morale that you get out of them, but you meant javelin spear guards. And yes, it is too bad. It certainly is. Zheng is now old as well, but, you know, maybe it'll all be fine. We need to downgrade this place. Oh, we should have not done that, because we should have waited a turn to get those out. Anyway. Demolish that. I'm really just making this city broken is fine, right? Because anything that we need to worry about defending is bad. We'll keep the income, you know, but all of this other stuff, we can just drop it. Can't wait to farm arranged marriages either. You mean in real life, I wonder? If I do beat this campaign, be proud that I beat more than likely the hardest campaign of the game. Yes, indeed. You know, I'm already pretty proud right now. If only we had night battles in more of these armies, I would feel slightly more confident, but... So the thing is like, at this point... Like, what's the delay? Well, the delay is... I mean, these things will fix themselves, right? Alright, but they don't work at all until you fix them. We go down, because if we take the Emperor's seat now, Wei still has this one. But it'll give us access to those better armies. Because having Wu on this side of the seaboard isn't, like, that bad, right? Not really. Because this is just a little fragment, and the bulk of their power will still be down here. We've already taken away, like, so much of the richness of the north from them. But I kind of want to grab this level 10 place, too, you know? So, like... Maybe if we wait, like, one more turn before we do it, but... So we'll only get, like... 12% from mustering, so I think that's actually not even like a benefit. Yeah, because it caps at 50 for practical turns, right? I think so. So 49% out of the loot, the character, blah, 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 blah. So we'll move here to be a little bit further ahead of where we would otherwise be. And then march on down to Suyong and say, knock, knock, knock upon the door. Because really... I spend a lot of time being like, man, what's going to happen on the crackback? It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't. All we have to do is win every fight once we start this war. That's all we got to do. Alright, so he's right here. If we go to ambush right here... Well, who are we? We're just recovering one guy there. We should just do this fight right now. Or should we? What's the worst that happens if we let Wu have a little bit more land up here? For a little bit longer. It's not that bad, right? It's not. Because we don't need to defend right here immediately. Like, just recalling any army that's full of the Protectors of Heaven once we get them up here. That'll be enough to deal with somebody who tries to shoot the gap. Do we move our capital down here? But I mean, up there is just as annoying. But once the Imperial City's taken, that's the one we got to worry about protecting anyway. Because they just take, like, the capital. I don't think we declare ourselves Emperor at our own place. We might, though. Wu sounds like a traitor. We've been fighting Wu for a long time. So in the event that we start fighting for them... and then they eventually turn their back on me, you know, that's really fair. Lucy, you're so old. Oh, no. My girl. 56. Oh, me. Oh, my. Turn 184 and still kicking. Well, I guess we take this first. When you steal... the adversity of their capital becomes yours. I see, so we just gotta get it whenever we do it. I think we take this just for the prestige and, you know, to send a message and to sell the stuff down, you know. We don't need rich provinces, but we don't want them to be good for anybody else either. And this is the real army, that's right. We're far away from the front. Thomas, annexing in-game and in life is when you peacefully convince somebody to join your faction and give their land to yours. You just walk up and knock on the gate and say, hey, come on over. When we're talking about stealing an emperor's seat, I'm not going to annex it. I'm going to knock on the door with axes. Alright, this is going to be a huge headache. Doesn't really look like there's any good place to fight here. Liverpool, you say I consider broadcasting without giving up, even when no one's watching that role. Well, thank you, thank you. You know, I just have fun doing it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, like, I don't enjoy it when people show up to watch. I do. I very much enjoy it when people are watching, but I still have a good time, you know, playing even when no one is watching. Alright, so there will be a trap there and there, but if we go, like, here... You know, it is raining, which makes it even worse for the fire archers. Alright, so these guys are... Oh my god. They're just getting absolutely murdered. What? Alright, so in conclusion, we are not going to get any towers down. These guys would have ran a long time ago. They get down to like 10k HP. They're totally out of the game. You know, that time whenever I did that, I totally could have just taken the wall and been fine instead of, like, the dumb thing that I did instead. We're gonna blow up this wall. Oh, they ran outside the front? That's fun. And we're just hoping that we can get her around the side here, not run into caltrops somehow, and get a huge poison volley right here. That's what we're hoping. Are we going to get it? Please shoot it. Please. Please, girl. Just please shoot the poison volley. Oh my goodness. There we go. She pulls out. Yeah! Glorious! And we crack a hole in the wall. I think... I'm like, what was shooting... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what was getting them. They were sure getting got, though. Like, how are we even losing to these guys? I guess it's like a 50-50 fight. It's just taking forever. And we'll just charge into the caltrops. That's what's hot on the streets right now. And hopefully here we're going to shoot into the Imperial Gate Guards as they go in. And we're going to, like, pop these cav in the same shot. Please, please, please let me get what I want. No, I think actually she's just chilling. Alright, we don't get what we need. And they take the wall. I think we're going to lose here. Maybe not. We still have all of this infantry doing nothing. Yeah, I guess we just run our cavalry into the front and then, yeah, that'll be fine. Man. What bad tactics. What bad play. I mean, I guess it's raining and my fire strategy didn't work, so I sort of had to devolve to just running in and hoping it functioned. Fortunately, we have a heal, which I could have used to a better effect somewhere else, probably. But here, like, if these cav want to just, like, fight, that's going to be a terrible matchup for them. So maybe we'll win, but not on this side at all. Maybe we'll just let this side get trash canned. Go hit that guy. No, why don't you come inside and die? That'll be fun. Alright, in conclusion, these guys just need to get off of the wall. Fighting on the wall is bad. And we're just going to charge these dudes at the base of the wall, which is somehow going to convince them to come down off of the wall and brawl. But we are very handily winning these fights over here against the Cav, which we knew we would. Oh, this tower, like, shoots in here. Well, that's probably why we're dying, huh? Alright, new plan. Just leave everyone here, let them die on the wall if they die, and run into the center. If this sounds like I'm just giving up because I'm annoyed, I'm not. It's gonna work. I probably could have done this with the hidden axes and skipped all of this. But you know, live and don't learn, that's my motto. Live and do the same stuff every single time, that's my motto. If time travel is real, you would abduct a Chinese war tactician and make him play this game to see how quick you would clear it. That's a bold strategy. They would probably get stuck on being annoyed with the replenishment system. They're like, what do you mean they come back? They die when they die. They're like, no, you just, you know, you wait a season or two and then the army's back again. They're like, do you think that is how this works? Yeah, because we'll just leave them on the wall. Who cares, right? Whatever. Good, you should use a mouse, right? They could give me commands, and then I would say, you know I don't speak Spanish? And they would say, okay? And then I would realize that I have just blundered somebody somewhere. What? How? Oh, the strategist got somethinged. Whoops. Well, you know, I am an idiot, so... No telling what happened. Probably got shot by towers. No telling what happened. Why? I'm about to lose my mind. Like, I tell them to move, and then they just chill. They just sit here instead. I'm like, no, literally, do anything else. Just run into the center. And they're like, stand here, boss? Anyway, later when we win the engagement without any of this mattering, I will, I'll have a great time. In conclusion, the entire battle didn't matter. Everything over here was a waste and only served to get our guys some experience. So good for them. Good for them. certainly was one of the sieges of all time.
我等心怀忠贞，才有此
It
胜。
certainly
现在
was.
来尽情庆贺吧！
Poor performance indeed.
我等非蛮夷也。
The boisterous cricket? Oh. It's named for the Men in Black item. The Men in Black item. The Men in Black gun. The noisy cricket. That's fun. We're gonna execute these guys. After all, we might be fighting for them soon enough.
战争消耗我军力量，
She died?
弥补回来。
What? Pyrrhic victory refers to the victory of Pyrrhus of Epiros, who remarked upon winning a battle, another victory like this, and we will not need defeat. Yeah, she was 30 years old, and I lost her. Just a total blunder. I guess she'd been injured in an earlier fight, and I forgot, and then we ran her in. Brilliant. Not like we needed her or anything. And he doesn't have guerrilla deployment, which really stings.
把谋士叫来。
Because no, it refers to losing so many of your forces that even though you have won that particular battle, that your campaign overall is in danger of losing its strategic objectives. A tactical victory that is so costly that it may as well have been a loss in the grand scheme of things. The idea is, if we do this again, it's all over. We can't win this way again. Another victory like that, and we will not need to be defeated. Because it's quite possible to theoretically win a battle, but put yourself in a position in video games and in, you know, the real life of war, where, for whatever reason, you are no longer able to secure your objectives. Usually through the blundering of personnel and supplies, but theoretically you could win in some other way, like that would maybe be classified as one in retrospect. Usually it would be like losing a bunch of people, taking a lot of casualties is usually what would define it as it, but you could look at it not on a battlefield sense of like perhaps you did something that greatly alienated one of your allies on the battlefield. Maybe you won, but in a way that disrespected their contributions, and now your alliance is in jeopardy of falling apart. You could classify that as a Pyrrhic victory as well. Even if you didn't lose so many of your people that you couldn't win a campaign, you know, maybe you did something that offended their sensibilities in some way, and that could do it. And people can be very, you know, affected by their sensibilities. Sure, and they can. Zheng has a bouncing baby boy! How long until the move is ready? It's pretty soon, because we are now, right now, probably going to lose to this rebellion, right? Like, where are my assignments at? Okay, yeah. So, like, these people, they need to... This one's finishing in 1. We'll recall that one. We need to be able to get another strategist soon enough.
今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。这就去办。
You can get to night battles in a couple of turns. That'll be good.
力求胜来人。
I think we just move right now. This army's not, like, in full form, but I think we move right now anyway. We're not going to be able to replenish here, which is fine. I just feel like, you know, both of the armies there to pop the wall, and then they'll be able to reinforce each other for the inevitable problems that will result. If we just decrease this city in, what, in basically every way... Like, are we going to be able to defend it from them? If not, then demolishing everything is the way to go. Then even if they take it, it'll take many turns to make it profitable again. And in the meantime, if it has this big population, that'll just be a thorn in their side, right? But we'll also decrease the population. Because we have to be able to buy rice for our people as it is. The north, you know, I love seeing my beautiful horse resources. We've got, you know, all 4 of them on the map. 3, no, there's 4, and we don't have the 4th one. Because long ago we gave this away. I didn't know then that it would take so long to get it back. And we'll repair these so that we can chop it. And we might just sell it back to Wu as part of the deal. Hard to say. Yeah, we need to go in this direction though. Yeah, so I think we do it next turn. And just prepare for a brutal reprisal. But of course, we're going to be able to quickly convert some of these armies into carrying around some Protectors of Heaven. Rather than these pathetic cavalry, you know. Which is going to make them much more expensive, but also very punchy. Very, very punchy. And you say, so if they don't have their emperor seat, they cannot abdicate, is how it works. So in that sense, it's good for us to have, you know, Wu out of the emperor's seat here, because then, you know, they won't be able to give up the word away no matter what happens. But it's so funny that here at Tanxian, like, Shuhan has been holding out neighbored by Wei forever. They've been there just for an age of the Earth, right? Different culture, see. Ah. Alright, so... I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are. I'm probably never going to know again. Oh, I do recognize this guy. Shou Shang. Oh, no, I don't recognize him. Like, I just know his family name. He may not even... I've seen the name before, but I don't know if I know that guy particularly. And we'll wait like one more turn, or do we do it now? Man, that army is crazy. We could just do it now and... Man. Is Zhu Chu gone? He's not there. Yeah, he's not there. Do we just take it right now because taking the Emperor's seat is worth it?
到此为止了。
He is a trusted friend. Alright, so we're going to be able to get just his sound, like, basically all of his money. No, not that much of his money. Alright, we get 13 grand. Showtime in China.
好，准了。
Oh, Zhao Pi. Aren't you about to be in for a rude awakening? Your father should have prepared you for this eventuality, young man. He should have told you, never trust a bandit. Nah, I mean, what he should have told you is, hey, we actually really hurt them once upon a time. We should probably be ready for them to get back to us about that in 37 years. He's like, you let them surround you? Zhu Chu, you moved out of the Imperial City. Zhu Chu, how could you do it to me? Exactly, you let her... What? It's like, so she moved into the Black Mountains, and you said, good. And then she took Shandong, and you said, good. And then she started rolling over the whole north, and you said, awesome, look what a strong ally we have. Well, you know.
必须充实。
汉室走向末路，此乃顺应天意。泱
Yes,
泱大
it's
国
true. It's
切
true.
腹
We
纷
ascend.
争乱世，曾
Zheng has declared himself emperor in respect to the lady. You know, that took so long. It took so long, but it all worked out. I'm the Emperor! Do I get my full court for having it? Yeah, we do. Okay, but it's just these weird ones. Do they get any better? No, they stay the same each time. But we get all of these things, which are good. Yes, so let's start awarding some stuff. It's like, yeah, it's a party. We're a real empire now. We got all of our stuff. And Handan Linyu, who, if memory serves, is the one that we still have with like a really big retinue. Yes, they've got the retinue of hidden axes, and they're not in an army, I don't think. So they would actually be able to be the administrator of Chen, the Thai Dominion. "25% campaign movement, good. All right, well, you know what time it is." Did I just misclick those? Yes. Whoops. Well, you know what time it is. Alright, so here we've got to back up, like, right now. Okay, no, we didn't move into Anping last turn. Because we were like, maybe we don't want to do it. And then, that's good. That's very good. So they have 5 armies here. What we can do, though, is just back up and try to catch them in an ambush. Hey Chase, how are you? They're even better because they're unbreakable. Yeah, you just like push them all forward and say, all right, here we go.
跑。
And we'll just stay here in the share the spoils stance, and then we'll go ambush right here and see if we can get them to move forward here, because that would be ideal, right? Theoretically, he could move to march over here, and then, I mean, we could just back out if the need be. Because right now, he's got plenty of forces up here, but, you know, it's up to Wu, right? It's up to Wu to be able to get something out of here. If only a night battle. Yeah. Indeed. But we sure don't. We sure don't.
吾之大志，吾有要事与谋士商议。
草平逆贼，匡扶天下。参见大人。
Heyo, Defenders of Earth. That's what those crossbows should have been. Honestly, I think one treb's fine. Sure wish I had a fire archer. Alright, so here we can just get a couple of hidden axes, because some stock things to take a wall is good. Because defenders totally get it done against any of the normal things you want to shoot a crossbow at. Guess we could just take a couple more of them and make this army very strong indeed. Yeah. More of a front line seems alright. Now the plot is thickened, right? Now the plot is like a bunch of gravy that you have put a roux into. And it is really going. It is about to go. But what we can do is, do we sell now this? Yeah, we do. So we can sell Dong to Wu. Do you have any cool stuff? No, everything he's got's on somebody. Oh my goodness, he is willing to give us everything for it. This is for 10 turns. He is going to give us 50 grand. And he's poor. Sun Si, you are indeed a reckless conqueror.
你我之间必有好事发生。
Wait, did I sell him the wrong thing? What did I just sell him? Okay, there it went. I was like, what? No, I sold him the... Well, anyway, and that will give us a nice little secure place here. With which to, you know, try to defend. And these armies, after one turn, we're going to pierce down... We're either going to go in through the north of way here, which is what I think we want to do, is we want to get all of these people up and running, right? And, like, do we just move him over to Taiwan? Maybe. We should just, like, 60 turns ago when Wei first became a kingdom. Yeah, you know, we didn't... it wasn't really possible at that point. Did not have the money. But they're gonna push up, you know, into the north there. But swapping starting positions helps me, not them.
快一点吧。
Yeah. So after making that sale too, because that's such a big thing, like that, the sale of that province is paying for one of these whole elite armies and more, which is just so good, right? It's just so good. Because we know that Wei is about to have really big headaches. That's a shame, you know. Because they might spend like a really long time going to the north. What's it going to be worth to them? We know that I get more out of it than they will. You know, they take all the Northern Horse resources. We just transition those guys into Protectors of Heaven. And smash. Odd that we can still see everything in ways. Yeah, maybe I put a spy in who's the best spy ever. It wasn't even giving me this visibility of Wei before. You know? Not for every single one of them. Sun Ren, how can you smile at me while you've done this to me? Yeah, baby. King Mingyu has chosen this time to turn his back on Wei, which, let me just say, what a nice thing. And that means we should be able to... no, he doesn't want to pay me tribute. We should be able to peace out. No, he likes us, but he doesn't want peace. I mean, that makes sense. Why would he? He's so far from us that it doesn't matter. But maybe eventually we can convince him to be our friend. Alright, so Zuchu's right there. Can we get to any of these places in time? This is a level 9 city. Zuchu can't get to the capital, so if we... Yeah, we can get to this, and they're not going to be able to reinforce it. We'll be able to bring in both of our groups and then get a nice clean auto resolve out of it, I imagine. With our big army advantage, it shouldn't be taking... Wow, it still gives us a massive amount of casualties. Well, it looks like we'll need to do this ourselves. Nah, I mean, we can just delegate it. We'll be able to get them back in a turn or two, and that'll be enough time, I think. The casualties all on the hidden axis, you know, the auto-resolve doesn't love them as much as it could. Oh, we max our infamy. Yeah, they're far enough away where this will be fine, I think. Yeah, and we're at 32 even without the share the spoils on, so good stuff there. And the spear has bigger AP values, so that is what we'll use. Now here, we're going to figure that they are going to move out in this direction pretty soon, right? But we don't care about that. We want to swoop up here and get down. So if we just give away Bahai right now, that is fine. We'll rush downgrade it a little bit. It's like, alright, so there's no territories that it would let me trade to the Kingdom of Wu.
又是你这厮。
I'm like, I was clicked on the wrong guy. Don't need to do it, but it's funny in concept. Yeah. It's just like, and then we can get rid of this land, which will be genius, you know, and we'll just make them pay, like... because this to me is art, you know. We get 26 grand out of our poor benefactor in exchange for this land that I didn't want to defend. And now if they want to fight me, they come up here and then, you know, just right afterward, pop them in the face. Sun Chuan, 55 years old, the heir. Hard knock life, man. Is that guy's name Wu Wei? What a confusing name for a guy. Shishi, the middle child. Aw. Every time I see he's still up, it makes me so happy. It makes my heart swell with joy. He's 90. Look at him. Of the ageless strength. It's, you know, you don't get these kinds of stories in games where you don't have old age. I saw there was a box to disable it, and I was like, we are never going to click that. Zhuge Liang, no doubt being a fine advisor to Liu Bei's child. I hope it's his kid, you know. It should be, with a name like that. Yeah, these Yellow Turban rebellions in the south, that is hysterical to me. Like, Wu got so destabilized by, I assume, my actions, that they just have, like, huge profitable cities. Level 10, level 9, you know, just absolutely a shambles that they're dealing with. What's up, you're surely so stressed? Yes, indeed. Alright, so we've got... one of those. I don't actually know if glaive infantry and spear infantry are the same. They very well might not be. They probably aren't. I'm like, right, this army needs to move down as well. Hiya! Glaives are closer to G. Yeah, I just, for the tech, I meant in the tree. I knew what they meant, like, in the game, but, like, cause it's, like, negative to spear infantry, upkeep, adding spear infantry attack. I didn't know, you know, if that would be the quality that the game interpreted as being affected by the tech. Yeah. Wei just doesn't know what to do, right? Shame. That includes all green units. Okay, sweet. It's so funny, for the whole tech, I was like, well, we need to get the axe infantry, the purple tech, you know, because that's what we're using. And now in the late game, I'm like, man, I sure wish I got all that green tech now that I can afford green units that are good. I mean, if I had unbreakable bandit gangs, I would have been using them all along, right? And honestly, just getting unbreakable units at the end with unbreakable Protectors of Heaven, that's super funny to me. It's super funny. And, of course, rather than transition out of cavalry like I was threatening to do because I was stressed out about Sun Si, now we're just like, you know, let's fight Wei for a while. Which, again, must just be such a big headache. Alright, so here we'll get Night Battle in like one more level, so that is very excellent. Very excellent indeed, that'll help out a lot. This fool has walked up on the shoreline, and this army cannot quite get him, that is a shame. What we'll do, man, the vision we have over Wei is quite nice here, huh?
稍事休息，迅速出击，立马出击！智取胜于强攻。
She's a Hunter-Siders faction, so she'll stop spying pretty soon. When, back in the day, yes, in the other campaign. I'm like, when was she spying? I'm like, she was my leader. Right, yeah, in the Lubu campaign. We'll keep the farmland online. This campaign movement inside of the region is so good. Here, we're assuming that he's going to want to move up and fight this, so if we go to ambush, like, right here, might be able to catch him out, and if not, then we'll hit him, or we'll be able to move up and take that farmland or whatever. These Yellow Turban rebellions, you know, selling this land to Wu right before the rebellions happened, pretty funny stuff, and what we'll do is do that again. So the same places that we took from them, and then, when they were going to fall to rebellions, we sell them off. And he's so broke. He's just so broke. And all the more so because we're soaking him for like 15k a turn now. I mean, man, what a murdering we're putting on in this in this war, right? So we're making as much money for these 10-turn sales to him as we are making from our whole faction, which beautifully puts us not revenue negative with all of these elite armies, but revenue positive, which I did not even dream of. Sun Si was already not very rich, and he's just going to get absolutely mauled in this war. Shame. Shame. Ha Alright, so these people are probably spies. These people are definitely spies, but that doesn't mean that they won't have reliable wives. Or husbands, in the case of Gongsho Yonshu. And you know the drill. You got married and that's real good, but now you gotta leave. We don't trust you. Making out like bandits. Indeed. Well done, Luke. You know, this campaign, even if we don't... I almost feel like, though, at this point, we almost have to win, right? Like what can stand against us after all we've been through? You know, I mean, after Fa Zheng dies, then, you know... obviously we'll have a less good faction leader. But that satisfaction matters less now that none of them are going to feel upset about. Are these prime minister positions now? Yeah, they are. Alright, so some of these are actually hurting us now, because that guy, nobody likes him. Force. They stay married. They stay married, you just kick their spouse out of the faction. You can't, like... I don't think they let you... I mean, like, maybe you could just, like, execute. Be like, alright, well, just Henry VIII them. No. Being King Henry VIII is not funny. Millions of people suffer from King Henry VIII every year. Alright, so these fools are trying to deal with stuff up there, so we are going to continue on with our cunning plan of being able to beat basically any army in a stand-up fight. So we're just going to move to ambush here. Cao Pi sadly walking around there. We need to get... I'm like, if we can afford another army, we should just afford another army up here, huh? But not him, because he is not reliable. You think of the Roman Empire on a daily basis? Me too, man. Me too. I remember when that meme was happening worldwide, and then, like, people at work were just like, obviously I think about the Roman Empire every day. I am around you, and you were always bringing it up. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? Alright, so Defenders of Earth, we do have more access to fire archers for the faction now. So a couple of those, couple defenders, one fire archer, and then we'll just go hit an axis. They're good in this one too, because in this retinue, because they get, you know, the cunning ammo or whatever. And here we'll just go red. Oh no, not bandit, raiders. Let's not be silly. Whoops. And another brutal army, you know, in the offing here in the mountains. And we'll just head on down to the pass, right? Right. And the other army can swoop in and clean up the other... My army cap is 19 now? Okay. 19? That got a lot bigger. We could give the pass to Wu, but I don't want to do that. I want to give Wu some land somewhere dumb that they don't want. Not here, where I want to be. All the prime ministers. Ah. From the lower line stuff that I always ignore. And we still have perfect vision over Wei for a little while, and we see that they are so far from being able to deal with anything in the north. Maybe I should have done this army up there, huh? Well, you know, we do have access to another one. but not quite another one. Yeah, I'm like, well, we could get rid of him, bring him down there, and then we would have a 3-stack, but yeah, well, in another season we'll get more generals, I guess. And we're hoping that Wukong will just move up here and allow us to pop him out. We're about to not recognize anyone's names ever again before too long. Where'd you two go? Did he fall? It's possible. It is possible that he's fallen to age. Come for anyone. At any time. We will disown her. That way, when they find out she's a spy, they won't be able to blame me for her being a spy. Yeah. After 40 years of war, it's just like the last named character that we recognize is going to be Hong Chong. He's going to be like 158. Is Howard's still good? Yeah, he must be like 70. Getting passed over for the younger. One of our spies has infiltrated Wei and immediately wavered. Alright, I gotta quit sending spies to Wei. I gotta quit sending spies at all. Like, after all, I should have had these people in my lands. Or maybe that was the one who was already mad at them. No, I think I sent that one. Xunyu and Xunyu. Yeah. Oh, this army. Oh, the class. Oh, the beauty of it. Look at... Oh, Zhao Ren, 69 years old. Sun Ren, a nice young 48. And Sima Yi. Like, what a punchy army left, especially in this era. There's so few, like, real fighters left alive, and this is, like, all the legends, you know? And of course, Ma Chao, who must be old himself. Yeah, 61. Most brilliant warrior. You know, I bet he holds a grudge. Can't imagine against whom. Cannot imagine. Zhu Yu's still kicking, you know. There's still some people. Gan Ning, who, you know, as a young man is now an old man. Crazy. It's his nephew, but he's older. Yes, the family tree can indeed be a very silly thing. Alright, we... take the replan. The ambush there didn't work, which is fine. Okay, after all of that, now... maybe the spy was working better than I had thought, right? But now we can't see all of Wei's armies anymore, can we? No, we still can. Well, I'm still going to move down here. Because these armies are going to swoop in for those northern lands before too long. And we're going to take this city and give it to Wu. Because that'll be really annoying.
思维迅捷，则可避其锋芒。对此加以利用吧。
So this guy got hired from the event, so he's definitely not going to be a spy. Yan Hui. He's a murderer, allegedly.
天下。吾之大志奔腾而来。
做好准备。
I think you see everything because of the Bug Mercenary Treaty. Well, you know, let's just say that it's because of our amazing spycraft.
进攻！
哎呀！
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。快去！
So we can see they're far away, and that means it's time for us to... Yeah, now that we've got enough for a full army.
遵命。
开战！
折而不摧。门外何人？
And here it's like, man, you know, I guess we just make her into a blue general for a little while. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing? Couple javelin throwers, couple crossbows. You know, because we just need this army to work, right? One defender of Earth for the punch. Because we just need this army to run in here and start taking this land away. Indeed, you've been promoted to strategist. Man, I cannot... This is the greatest campaign I've ever played, right? In all of my, you know, probably 16 or 1700 hours of Total War across the Warhammer games in this, I think this is the greatest campaign I've ever played. Because I didn't do the migration to like be cute or out of like everything I did to stay alive I did out of necessity or perceived necessity, which is the same. And then like to be able to claw on and then just stay alive due to like geographical positioning and then like build up our forces, like it just feels very wonderful and sort of like as good as this game has to offer, you know, story-wise. Just awesome stuff. And we finally turn our bandit armies into exceptionally strong, you know, imperial armies.
我变得更为真实了。
Like, so the night battle there is far away, and the night battle here is... Oh, that's right, my man won't even get it, right? Yeah. Well, so much the better that he's with the Green General, then. But she'll jump on over, and she'll be at Poison Volley before we know it, assuming she lives. Generic generals get a resilience at rank 4. Nice, nice. Alright, so the passes here aren't that much of a prio. Yeah, we can just wait, no need to mess around with that. Look for the heart. I see. And the ones who don't have resilience, those are the ones you mustn't get wounded in the battle. Which is why we lost that one strategist, because they were just a level 2.
前进，回家的感觉真不错。下入于地，上通于天。
Ron started getting pondering when with the outfit. It's true, yeah. She's like, this makes me thoughtful. All right, so. Eventually we'll need to give battle here, but... If we go, like, right here, we might be able to catch him in an ambush, and we'll be able to run away. Yeah, no, with the forest there, he wouldn't be able to reinforce anyway. So maybe we'll get her to move up that way and ambush her outside of there, and if not, then we will come back around in a little bit. But I've just looked at the time. Say thick curd with a bit of sugar is still so good. Sounds good. I don't know exactly which curd you mean. It can mean a lot of things, but I'm sure you mean one in specific. Like a bean curd? Because there's like lemon curd. There's all sorts of different curds. But alright, yes. Marvelous. Brilliant. Good, even. I cannot believe... Like, if we actually... I keep saying if, I'm like, I think we're turning it around, right? It just depends. Wu needs to hold on against Wei for a bit. But, you know... With Ninghuo going against Wei... And us going against Wei, and Wei, like, just having a time moving around in their own lands, we might be able to get it, you know. We might be able to make it all work. He wants a food trade for military access? No. I mean... Him having military access doesn't hurt me. Giving him food for a while could help him, but I don't, you know... I don't think we want to help stabilize his lands, right? We just want to pop Wei a lot. Regular curd you get from milk. Oh, I see, I see. Yes, the little bit of curdled, yes. Curds from the curdling. Come on, Sunsi. Keep on thinking. I told you I didn't want to do the deal. Keep on thinking, buddy. Of course, taking like 15 grand a turn out of Sunsi does stop him from doing well in this war, but shame. Shame. Ah, another son is born to Fa Zheng. Named here for the family name of the mother. Which I thought it was the other way, but I'm not an expert. This person, I'm like, you're just, you've just appeared. You can't be a spy. You've never worked for anyone. Court Noble? That's a poison volley it is, oh yeah. But anyway, this is so good and I desperately want to keep playing, however, I have to go to work. So, yeah, I mean, this is going so good. Like, where's Wei's wealth even centered at? It's just all spread around. I guess Chang'an, pretty good. You know, they don't have anything up here, so we can just start going down there and busting them up. Because even if they spend like 1 or 2 armies up, that is not going to be enough to make a difference here. And Minghuo, as they are being at war with literally everybody, you know, that's a bigger problem for somebody than the other somebodies. And it looks like Wei is definitely going to be bearing the brunt of it there. What do I cook the most at work? I was like, oh, I gotta save here. Alright, so that'll do it for the thing. Fa Zheng is the leader of the faction, but we know who the Bandit Queen really is. We know whose banner this is for. But these days I do the positions called broil, so steaks, chicken, salmon, you know, it's cooking meat on a metal grill with fire, you know. But that is most of what I cook. Usually these days, whenever I'm not doing broil, I do like an expedited position of the kitchen. So I'll be like running the window, setting plates up, telling people what we need to get into the pass or whatever. Or I'll be running the to-go position where I like set up all the boxes and tell people, hey, I need this, you know, bring it over, and then bring it out the door. So like usually now I either broil or I do more of like I'm not like a supervisor, but it's like sort of like more of like a responsible position as opposed to a cooking position. You know, you got to look at everything, make sure it's good. Be like, hey, you know, those fries look like garbage. You got to try to be nice about it a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. But that's half of the time at work. That's what I do, is just tell other people they're not good enough, and myself too if it's required. But anyway, man, this campaign is so good. I am really pumped. You know, just 2 more days, and then I'm on my vacation. It's gonna be 9, yeah, supervisory. Like, whatever I tell people whenever they get the job is, I'm like, look, I'm not your boss, but you have to listen to me. But, yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not a manager. If someone has, like, a problem with somebody else, they can't come to me, I'm not gonna help them. But if there's, like, if I say, like, hey, make that bun again, you gotta make that bun again. Found my dig a hole and grow some chicken eggs, speaking of holes. That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. Like a traditional barbacoa type of thing. Exactly, a supervisor sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, hey, how tall are you? I didn't know they stacked that high. But anyway, I gotta go. 2 more days of work. And then it's 9 days of glorious gaming. We're just gonna, I mean, we're not stopping this campaign until something happens, you know, but we'll see how the future goes afterward. What a wonderful time. What a good campaign this is turning into 40 years later. But anyway, see you, Thomas, see you, Luke. And I'll be home in, you know, 9 or 10 hours for another session of some game, maybe this. I mean, you know, I tend to tunnel vision pretty hard. Is it vacation for Halloween? No, it's just because it was my turn. I wanted to go a few months ago, but a couple months ago, but stuff came up with personnel issues and stuff. So basically, this was the soonest I could take it, and so I'm taking it now. But anyway, later, guys. Wonderful as always, hanging out, and wow, what a good time. But yeah, see ya Chase, see you Liverpool, see ya Froggy if you're still up in here somewhere. Later, bird guy. Appreciate all you, and maybe I'll see you in another streamer video.